It's May 22nd, and I talked about how I set this bed up last year and just wanted to do an update on it because a lot has changed. Before I get into that, just wanted to showcase this guy here. This is a second-year-old garlic from actual seed, and I mean a little black seed that looked like an onion seed, not a bulbil. And it was the only time in my life that I've ever seen garlic set seed, and it may be the first and last. But this is, just to put it in perspective, that's my thumb. It is an enormous garlic. I've never seen one that big in my life. And so I am hoping that at the end of the season I harvest the bulb and don't eat a single one and propagate all of it. And that is a chance seedling of about 500 that I started from that 2 garlics that went to seed, crossed, and produced a new species, a new cultivar of garlic, and we'll see what happens with that in the future. But unsurpassed vigor as far as I can tell. These here are black currants that have only been in the ground for 1 season, and I've started a whole ton over there that will hopefully replicate this success. These are all air prune crates, just black crates that are raised off the ground a couple inches, and they've had direct seeded peaches, apricots, things like that that are either popping already or just kind of popping. And then these are just a couple random crates of different things, goji berries, and then a few, columbines, angelica, a few different varieties of apples. And what I did is just broad forked it last year. It didn't really get too compacted, but mostly the things get compacted when you're harvesting them. I had trees in here that were going to be stooled for rootstock, and I ended up harvesting most of them and planting them, selling a few of them. And now I'm planting pretty densely black currants, white currants, and I'm going to mulch them with the leaves now. So I think the harvesting of the trees when it's fall and the soil is wet, that's sort of what does the most compaction that I've seen. And you kind of have to undo that to plant comfortably, so I broad forked it. After broad forking, planted, and then leaf bags are kind of the gift that keeps on giving. These were all gathered last fall, and now I'm just putting liberally in between the plants. I mean, it's always a little bit problematic with leaves that a strong wind will blow them around kind of a lot sometimes. In this area, I think it won't be a problem too much. And I'm pretty much just thinking that because I hope that it won't be a problem. So we'll see what happens. But the currants are up pretty tall. If it was something that I was planting that was low to the ground, that couldn't push through, that would really not be a great move. But since the sticks are 6-8 inches above the ground, and the leaves I'm only going to put that deep, I think that should be really fine. And they'll actually stop the leaves from moving around quite a bit. So yeah, at this time of the year, it's a little bit annoying to get in between plants like this and mulch with leaves, but God, it saves time overall, and he retains moisture, and just not having to weed in between here nearly as much is worth every minute of mulching that you can do up front. Hey friend. This is my mulching friend. Hanging out in the cool, damp leaves. It's been so dry. What a beautiful creature. And there we are, a whopping 6 minutes later, all mulched. Probably reduced weeding by 95%. Yeah, 6 minutes for probably an hour of weeding. There was some barberry in there that poked my hand a little bit, but it's kind of funny because I tried to do some landscaping for people, and all the beds end up looking like this, and they're like, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? So I guess I don't really have the eye for traditional landscaping projects, because this, to me, is kind of perfect looking. But they'll grow really well, and it may not be I don't know what to say. It may not be the prevailing taste of modernity, but it works. And all these will get dug up in the fall, and I'll ship them off.